Hey there folks, Ash here with another Power Ranger Beast Morphers episode review. This time we're going to be talking about Power Ranger Beast Morphers Season 2 Episode 6, The Blame Game. And this episode, it was average, it was alright, nothing too spectacular, nothing too over the top. I'm not going to call this a filler episode, but it felt like after the big stinger we got last week, where Evox was like, bring me the Gold Ranger for my plan, and you don't really see the plan go through with it. They work on it, but you don't find out what that plan is, and they don't follow up with what that plan is about. Now, I've got an idea with what's going to happen with next week's episode, but overall, this episode felt just like your typical moral lesson Power Rangers episode, where Steel learns a lesson, and that lesson goes over the top because he tries enforcing the rules and stuff like that. Someone's affected by him over-forcing the rules, and I gotta admit, Steel trying to be like very rule enforcing had its moments. It was funny the first time, and then it just felt like Steel was kind of being a dick about it as you kept watching the episode. And I understand that Steel's a robot, he's half human, he's half robot, he's learning about how human things work, but it just felt like the way he was enforcing the rules, being, hey, are you breaking the rules? You shouldn't do that. Some scenes were funny, I'll give you that, but then they just felt, it felt forced when you cut to the gym and he's just telling that guy off for chewing gum, and he's like, hey, I'll think of a punishment for you, and then like, hey, slow down, Steel, you're getting a bit too crazy with the rules there. Which, yeah, I understand, but like I said, overall it was an average episode, and I'm guessing it's because I was thinking we would follow the whole Evox plan and see that come into motion, and see that sort of be like a two-parter. But it's what I do like about Beast Morphers, we have stuff sprinkled throughout the episode, and this episode did have that, because you see Nate working on that bow that we've seen in all the promotional material and stuff like that. The Beast X bow, I think it's called. And then you've got Evox's plan, which we have no idea what it is, but seeing how in next week's episode where the plot synopsis says, oh, there's a brand new Zord in town and Evox wants it, I get the feeling that's what Evox is programming Nate for, where Evox is going to have control over the Beast X King Zord, and the Rangers are going to have to take it off him. I get the feeling that's going to be the plot, which I do like stuff like that about Beast Morphers, where you'll have like little stuff sprinkled throughout the episode, like last season where Dawson Ryder brought this up in his review. We had stuff like the Red Fury mode and the Cheetah Claws. They were sprinkled throughout the season. Even the stuff with Steel's appearance was being built up ever since episode 4 or 5, if I remember correctly. But like I keep saying, this episode, it had its moments. I really did enjoy the fight between Devin and Nate, which was really cool, because you've never seen the Gold Ranger and the Red Ranger fight before in Beast Morphers before, and it was really cool. It wasn't as awesome as Ravi and Devin's fight in the Red Fury mode. It wasn't as cool as that fight. This fight was mostly using Sentai footage. It did a couple of original footage in front of Grid Battle Force, and then after we cut to the Zords, we did a quick hard cut to them fighting in the middle of Japan, which was the Sentai footage where you saw the Gold Ranger and the Red Ranger fighting, which overall is a good footage from the Sentai fight, but you get the feeling that Beast Morphers is slowly burning through the Beast Morphers is slowly burning through the Go Busters footage, and they're being very careful how they use it, which they've done that ever since season 1, but I feel like they're not going to run out of footage soon. But you can tell if you look up on the wiki saying it was this episode in Sentai, like we're nearly at the end of using the Sentai footage. Now there's probably some episodes they've skipped around on and stuff like that, but either way we're getting closer and closer. Well, we're ages away from the finale, to be honest, but with Go Busters footage, and depending on how much they use, whether it's Zord footage or fight footage, we're almost at the end of using the source material. But apart from that, I should talk about the episode more often and the stuff involving the episode. The monster of the day, Puppetron, Controllertron, whatever you want to call him. he was a pretty cool concept. I did like his powers and abilities where he had this hand puppet that if you put it on, he would control you. And it was a lot of fun seeing the original footage they filmed with that monster, because when they filmed the first fight scene where all the Rangers tried taking on Nate and the Tronics, that was a lot of fun, especially seeing Nate be evil, which was also a lot of fun because you sort of saw it in Season 1 where they had the monster make a copy of him and stuff like that. But that was a lot of fun, that very first fight scene where they were fighting at the front of Grid Battle Force. I believe it was Grid Battle Force, if I remember correctly. But that was a lot of fun, where you saw the Rangers and the Tronics all duke it out together. Like, the Rangers took on Nate. And there's one thing I really did like about when Nate was being under the control. He sort of did the Tronics meme where he got to scream Tronics, which, hearing Abraham scream that, it's sort of become a meme in the Power Ranger Beast Morphers fandom, or the fandom of Power Rangers, ever since like Kobu started shouting at Tronics and they appear. Like, hearing Nate do that line was really fun, like a lot of fun. Like, seeing him scream Tronics is like, hey, you said the thing that we all meme on the internet and stuff like that. But either way, it was a really fun fight scene, and seeing the just seeing the person in the Gold Ranger outfit with the Puppetron or Controllertron, I'm probably going to call them both names because, hey, I'll forget things. But there's a scene where, like, the monster of the day is just moving his hand around, and Nate's sort of doing a little victory dance, which was, like, a lot of fun. Like, I had a lot of fun with little stuff like that you noticed, which was cool to keep your eye on. And like I said, I mentioned the fight earlier between Nate and Devon. That was really cool. It was mostly morphed, and it was a little bit unmorphed, but either way, it was a fun fight scene, even though one half was Sentai, one half was original footage. Now let's talk about Ben and Betty. Now, your Ben and Betty stuff in this episode is your usual stick. They have a problem, they use something crazy to follow it, and there'll be about 1 or 2 gags throughout the episode, in the middle of the episode, and then at the end of the episode. But when you first see Ben and Betty, they're trying to use the leaf blower. There's a bit of a continuity issue. You see, you have Ben and Betty, they're trying to suck up leaves with the leaves blower, and nothing's working, it's stuck. And then they put in a little bit of more effects to make the leaf blower work. But this is where the continuity happens, and if you go back and watch the episode, you won't miss it, because Ben and Betty are trying to blow up the leaves in front of them, and then as soon as they put the Morphex in the leaf blower, the leaves are gone. I don't know if the scene was cropped or stuff like that, but the leaves are gone in front of them, and then they're trying to suck up the leaves behind them or to the side of them, whatever angle you want to take it from, so they can suck up the tree for the intended joke. Now, that was a bit of a continuity error that I noticed. I could be wrong, it could not be a continuity error, but I swear those leaves were in front of them, and then they were moved behind them for the sake of the joke. But apart from that, it was an alright Ben and Betty joke. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a fair bit. I mean, they do their thing, I get a laugh, and then the episode ends. And that's pretty much everything I have to say about this episode. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, and thanks for watching. Bye!